Welcome back, HC Nation. Hey, Zach Edwards here with another Stump the Creator. For those that don't know, my name is Zach Edwards. I'm the creator of Historical Conquest. You are the Stumpers. So you get to send me questions where you think you can stump me at my own game. And we have quite a large fan base, so they send in questions all the time, asking for answers. And today is no difference. Okay, so this is actually from a family of people, Bethany, Simon, and Nathan. And altogether, they have 16 questions. We might have to break this into 2 different videos. Okay, so let's see what we can get through at this point. Hey, Bethany, Simon, and Nathan have stumps. Bethany, question 1. Say any opponent has Harriet Tubman out, and I play Silent Night. Does Harriet stop the truce? So Silent Night's the one that gives you a truce. Harriet Tubman. 1.0, 2.0. Doesn't say, so 2.0. There is peace in your civilization, and no opponent may play any card against you or attack your land for 1 round. Silent Night did the same thing. I know exactly where Silent Night is, but it's behind my stack, as you guys all know, my stack. Okay, so Silent Night says, inspired by the peace of the Christmas season, no one may attack for the next round. Say an opponent has Harriet Tubman out. Okay, I play Silent Night. Does Harriet stop the truce? Why would Harriet stop the truce? Am I missing something? Interrupt. There is peace in your civilization, and no one may. She's asking for a truce too. So, Bethany, you're going to have to write me and tell me why you think that she would stop it. I'm just confused by the question, and it's probably just me. It's not you. We'll find out. Okay, question number 2 from Bethany also. Say an opponent plays Swing Era. Could I play 1.0 JP Morgan against it? And if so, what would happen? JP Morgan 1.0. Okay, I have 2 encyclopedias here. Notebooks. You can't see it very well. Here you go. Notebooks of all the cards. So 1.0, under businessmen, JP Morgan says, reverse in any event card your opponent plays. So reverse any event card. So Swing Era gives you morale. This would reverse it. So it's not a reverse in the sense of they're playing something against you. It's something they're giving themselves. So I say, yes, it would, and it would actually decrease it in this point. Now, some people would say, well, what about if someone uses it on somebody else, an event card on someone else, and they reverse it? Can I, instead of losing morale, increase morale? No, you can't, because that has the opportunity of reversing it back on the person that sent it. This one is someone that increases their morale. This one then reverses it, whatever it does for them. So if they'd be increasing it, now they're decreasing it. They're sending it to you. It's not being sent back to them. Okay, Bethany, number 3. Say my opponent has 1.0 Khutulun out, and I have the Nikola Tesla from the miniature set. Tesla says, interrupt. Any technology or event card is automatically reversed against its owner. No interrupt may stop this action. On my opponent's turn, then they play Chernobyl, and I try to reverse it. Can Khutulun stop him from reversing the event? So my question is, wait. My opponent plays Khutulun, has Khutulun out. I play Nikola Tesla, guessing on her turn. On my opponent's turn, they play Chernobyl, and I try to reverse it. Okay, with Tesla. So they try to reverse it back on the opponent. Can Khutulun stop him? Well, let's find out Khutulun. I think I know the answer, but just want to make sure. She will challenge any one of your opponents. Characters, the highest attack wins. Loser is discarded. So my question is, have you used the ability yet? If you have not, then Yeah, it's what she says. Then she can challenge that person. It's wait a minute, it's on the opponent's turn, so no, you cannot play it. If it's on the opponent's turn, you cannot play a card that's in yours unless it's an interrupt. Khutulun is not an interrupt. Now, if they're using an interrupt card to play on your turn, then you could. So you're using Tesla. Tesla is being used as an interrupt. Khutulun is not. Khutulun isn't, oh, sorry, she actually says this. Khutulun isn't an interrupt, she is a hold. And Tesla says no interrupt may stop this action. Well, yeah, but because it's not an interrupt and it's a hold, it can still only be used on your turn. So I hope that answers your question. Bethany, number 4. Can I use the Little Willie first power to benefit my opponent? If so, could I use Nikola Tesla power above to change my mind to benefit me? Can I use Little Willie's first power? Let me see. Little Willie, Little Willie, Little Willie. He's on the backside. From the Ghost Army. No Little Willie. No Little Willie, Little Willie, Little Willie. There's Little Willie. Of course, he's under every other deck out here. Let's see if I can free him. Here we go. I got it back. Got it. I got it. Okay. Oh no, you open it. It's on the side. Okay, it says, choose one land of your choice. Evades all negative effects in battle for the next 2 rounds, or it wins any 2 attacks against any opponent. So your question, can I use the Little Willie's first power, okay, the evade all negative effects from battle to benefit my opponent? One land of your choice, so you could actually choose your opponent, I guess. Evades all negative effects in battle for the next 2 rounds. Okay. If so, could I use Nikola Tesla power above to change my mind to benefit me? Because you want to use it twice? No, because you want to reverse it. I mean, technically, it's, again, it says interrupt any technology or event card is automatically reversed against its owner. I'm just questioning why you would want to play it on your opponent and then reverse it back on yourself. It seems like a waste of cards, reverses. Yeah, if you want to change your mind, like if you already played it and your opponent won't let you take it back, then yeah, you could always use Little Willie to reverse it back on you, or at least evade negative effects in battle. Yeah. Again, I don't see why, but I can understand. Maybe your opponent won't let you take it back. That would allow you to at least evade any negative effects from that. Or, sorry, let's see. Yeah, Nikola Tesla would be able to reverse it back on you to evade any negative effects. So yeah, there's a question. That's not a stump. It's just more of a, I don't know why, but sure. To each their own. I mean, again, there are reasons for it. I know you want cards that double others to be played before the chosen card, but how would Dmitry Mendelev's power work then? Okay, so he is actually right in front of me somewhere. Oh. Or not, maybe he's on the backside. Why are all my cards today on the backside? I can't wait to get my next office. And there's no backside. It's all going to be on one spot. Okay. With Dimitri's brilliance, double the effects of all scientists and inventors on your battlefield. Okay. And this is an instant one time, so it has to be right away. I know you want cards that double others to be played before the chosen card. I mean, not necessarily. This one basically is for all the cards that are already in play. But again, if you use their turn, so if it's instant one time, their abilities are already used up. So I would say you can play them instantaneously, though. If you have a scientist that you want to be able to double, or an inventor that you want to double, and they're an instant, play them at the same time. I don't see that there's any issues with playing two cards at the exact same time, instantaneously. Okay, next question. This one is, and that was Simeon that wrote that one. This is another one from Simeon. Scott Fitzgerald doesn't specify any one opponent or every opponent. Which does it mean? One or every? Let us find out. Because usually it does, but sometimes it may not. F. Scott, and he didn't say 1.0, right? Nope. So yeah, he did not. So we're going to authors F. Scott Fitzgerald. F. Scott Fitzgerald. Because I have it wrong, and it's not F. Scott Fitzgerald. Just a second, I'm finding him. I will find him. I'm just getting old. That's why. I need to put all these in this book, but I still haven't done it. F. Scott Fitzgerald, musician. And on the other side. Be right back. Again, you're always on the back side. F. Scott Fitzgerald. Got him. Actually, you know what? Every time I pull out one of these cards, I'm going to grab one and pop them on the encyclopedia so we can use them. Okay, so F. Scott Fitzgerald says, Fitzgerald allows you to search your opponent's deck for another writer. Once the writer has been found, place him or her into your hand without the opponent seeing. So they don't get to see who it was. So it says, F. Scott Fitzgerald doesn't specify any one opponent or multiple. Fitzgerald allows you to search your opponents. The apostrophe, there you go. The apostrophe is before the S, which means one. It's singular. So that answers the question there. Now, Simeon's third question, based off the second question, and the seventh question for the day. If F. Scott Fitzgerald could take one card from everyone, he doesn't, am I allowed to pull out and acquire the exact replica author from everyone? Doesn't. Does not apply, because this one actually has the apostrophe before the S, which means it's one opponent. Just one, singular. Question number 8. This one's from Bethany. F. Scott Fitzgerald, they're basically building off each other, aren't they? This is awesome. Okay. If F. Scott Fitzgerald could take one, no. Bethany's 8th question. F. Scott Fitzgerald says to pull out a writer, but there isn't a writer in the game. That's true. Search author. So it does not actually, and as you can see, it's a lowercase w. So it's not a category of card. You have to find out if the person is a writer. So as an author of some sort. But it does not actually have to be, it could be a leader that's an author. Such, see if they've written a book, see if they've written poetry. If not, they're not a writer. You can't just say, oh, the person wrote a letter. Does not count. Could I search for a or multiple if Q5 is multiple people? It's not, so it's just one person. Person who has written something. Written a book, written poetry, that's it. It can't be written a letter. Everyone's written a letter. There's not one person in this whole game. 99% of people in this game, 99.99999% of the people in this game have written a single letter. An A, a B, a C, that's writing. No, it has to be a book, something published. So see if they've had a published work. Okay, Simeon then compiles on that one on the same card, F. Scott Fitzgerald. F. Scott Fitzgerald doesn't specify an author. Could I search for, what are you saying? Yeah, okay, I put those two together. What would be the use of this ability if it doesn't pull out anything? Well, it does. It pulls out an author of some sort, but it does not have to be an actual author. It has to be someone with published work. So it could be a patent. A patent is a published work by an inventor. Good. We're done with those questions. Whew. Done. Okay. Moving on to question number 10. If I double a choice power, do I have to use the one I had used earlier? If I doubled a choice power, do I have to use the one I had used earlier? Remember, you cannot double a card that's already been in play. If it's instant and one time, then it's already used up as soon as you used it. So you can't double something that's already been used. You have to be able to find a card that's a hold or play them instantaneously. If you take like a Nikola Tesla and take a technology card that's actively in play, which means it's in the active area, then that you can use that ability again. It is an instant one-time card, but it's an opponent playing that card. You couldn't double that later on and use it again. You couldn't use a second time. Now, if one says, use the abilities again, yes, you could do that. But they don't say that. I don't think any card says that. Maybe that's a great one for the next time we do create your own card contest. Okay, question number 11. Whew, almost there. I know you want cards to double others to be played before they're chosen. Oh, I already read that one. Where's that twice? No, that is. It's the same question twice. Okay. Question number 12. Juan Pujol Garcia says, an opponent reveals his hand to you alone. You may pick one of his cards to place in your hand. Can I use him to steal a card from his battlefield instead of his hand? Opponent may reveal his cards. You may pick one of his cards to place in your hand. No, it has to be hand to hand. Now, if he had one that would steal one from your battlefield, you could steal that and use it on his battlefield. But yeah, it doesn't specify too much, but it's actually talking about what came before. So those two sentences are supposed to work together. Okay, question number 13. Say I have 1.0 Australia out, and my opponent plays Captain Cook. Say, since Australia is a hold, how could I gain the extra morale? Let's find out. It's a hold. Increase your morale by 200. Hold. When Captain Cook is played in Australia, increase morale by an additional 200 points. Well, there you go. If you play it later on, what does it say? Since Australia is a hold, how could I gain the extra morale? You basically just, if you're at 600, you move it up to 800. Because that's what it's about. It says if he plays Captain Cook, then you get those extra points. Done deal. Okay, question number 14. If both me and my opponents have Enigma code breakers out, how do cards that force an exchange between cards in people's hands, Pocahontas, Adam Smith, Hasidic, Hasidic League, Juan Pejol Garcia happen if I can't see the opponent's hand? Well, if you get to see the opponent's hand, you get something like that. Enigma code breakers are scientists, I think, not inventors, right? Yeah, they're scientists. I thought they were. Didn't think they were a rare card. Let me bring it up from my database. Just be easier this way. Because they were from World War II. Oops. Not Enigma. Okay, it says, interrupt. While this card is in play, no player may look in your deck, hand, or land pile. So if the Enigma Codebreakers is up, then that person can hold up their cards. 1, 2, 3, these are the characters you're allowed to steal from, and you have to pick them blindly. It means you cannot look at the hand beforehand. Because this one thwarts anybody from looking in your hand. Yeah, that's the question. Okay, number 15. Does 1.0 Ida Bells Wells Barnett stop card exchanges? Ida Bells Wells 1.0. Ida Bells Wells. She has an awesome story. You got to check this out. Really, you do. Bring this up. Okay, it says, when Wells is in play, no card may be taken or searched by one of your opponents. Yeah, so that thwarts anytime someone's trying to take a card from you or search by any other opponent. So they can't take it from you and they can't search your hand. 1.0 Gus Grissom says, after 2 turns, he must be discarded. In the first 2 rounds, does that mean your turns or everyone's turns? Yeah, this is a big one. We are correcting this issue. So this is where we put in there rounds when we actually should have put in, or we put in turns when we actually meant rounds. The reason why we put in turns is because it'd be a single person's turns. So for this, for Gus Grissom, it would actually be 2 of your turns. And in the next print, it will actually say rounds. So by the time it comes back to you a third time, that's when Gus Grissom would go to the discard. So thank you so much. It says, wait, there's one more part. The first round, that was part of the question. Thank you for joining us on the Stump the Creator. Sorry, this one was a little bit longer. There were 16 questions we got through. We got through it all in one sitting. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll catch you next time. Take care, guys. Bye. If you have any comments or questions, add them to the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, actually. Take care. Bye.